Let's try to start up here at the front. Okay, right here we have a 3.5 inch muzzle brake, the traditional length of the military muzzle brake that are on the AMD 65M is 2 inches. You can see this is a double ported brake on both sides, making it have 4 ports total. The muzzle blast, muzzle report, or flash is quite aggressive with the AMD 65 at night and in day. It's quite noticeable, and that is due to the 12.5 inch barrel. And so, like I said, the brake's 3.5 and the barrel's 12.5, making it 16. And the barrel would start right here, and you can see it's also tack welded on to make it legal with the BATFE and make it compliant with a SBR and the regulations that are due to that. You would need a stamp in order for it to be a traditional 12.5 inch barrel or have the traditional brake on there. But from where that tack weld is to right here, the barrel is approximately 12.5 inches. This barrel is cold hammer forged, chrome lined, so this barrel is quite quality. This AK did come with a it did come with a cleaning rod. Most of them do. This is not a Century Arms build, but I believe it's imported by Tennessee Guns, and they make it 922R compliant. The majority of this weapon is the majority of the weapon is all original Hungarian parts. I believe in order for them to make it 922R, they just take the trigger group out and change out the magazine, but everything else, the receiver and everything, is all Hungarian. So you can see that the magazine that is in there, this magazine that is in there is just for show. I do not use this magazine, just to give it a quick look that you can use 30 round and 20 round magazines with it. But like I said, I use the 20 rounders from Tapco with this. In order for it to be 922R compliant, I do not use that 30 round magazine in this Kalashnikov variant. As you can see, like I said, the stock is a foldable stock. It folds to the right hand side of the receiver by the charging handle. The addition to the stock is the cheek riser here on top. You can see from AMD 65 Tech, and that does help 100% with the cheek weld, and is quite comfortable to shoot. I have tied it with 550 paracord to stabilize it, give it some extra durability, and I cut a piece of paracord off to make it stay on there. Tied it off and then dripped it there and dripped a little bit over here and to keep it in place. And this ain't going nowhere. And of course, like I said, this is a foldable stock. And this stock does, like I said, fold to the right side of the receiver. Again, the cheek riser is from AMD 65 Tech. You can go there at, I believe, amd65tech.com, and they sell custom-made parts for the AMD 65 to make it more ergonomic and comfortable to shoot. This detent button right here looks like a screwdriver. It looks just like a regular screw that you'd put a head in there. This is actually the button for the you push it in, and then again it falls to the right side. The hinges, it's built on a single point hinge there. As you can see, these are gray polypropylene pistol grip, both front and back. These are surplus grips, came with the rifle. This trigger in here is a Tapco G2 trigger system. Great trigger system. Again, the trigger and the component parts on that side are American made to make it 922R compliant. The safety, they kept the safety original. On full auto, of course, you'd have a here, and then you'd have a ridge here, and then down here. And this would be full automatic, and then you move it down one more, and then it'd be semi. This receiver, that is dimpled receiver. Let's see if I can get a good one in here. This is I believe a 1mm thick receiver. I think I read I believe it's 1.2, but that's not a very common known thing. But it mostly is a 1mm receiver. But I've done research, and I think it comes out to either 1.1 or 1.2. So it's a tad bit thicker than a normal receiver, but you really can't tell the difference. On the inside of the rifle, you can see, of course, the springs and the mechanisms for the trigger inside there. And that's not rust you see, that's actually all the cosmoline that's still in there. I've cleaned it out the best I could, but a lot of it's still in there. Of course, you can see the trunnion up here in the front. And again, this is all manufactured in Budapest, Hungary, in the FEG factory, which stands for Fogarmi Weapons Factory. I used to be called something else. I couldn't pronounce it because it's in Hungarian, but it's the original FEG was closed down 10 years ago and bought out by Fogarmi. So now they manufacture the weapons for the Hungarian army. And this rifle originally was made for paratrooper and tanker units because of the shorter barrel. Easier and more accessible to get down to the hatch, and more storable when you're jumping out of a plane. Of course, the shorter barrel and the foldable stock helps with that. The front handguards here are stamped sheet metal, just like the receiver. The Hungarians got rid of that on the AMD 63 model. Once they started producing those, they got rid of the wood ones and put them on the AMD 65s. And again, you can see the nomenclature down here. SA 2000M, TGI Knox, Tennessee. And that comes from Tennessee Guns, which is a very good company. They produce a lot of good weapons and a lot of other accessories as well. I have another AK that was sold by them but not made by them. Of course, we'll go on the other side. This sling right here I have in here is a East German sling. I bought it about $4. Does its job. You don't have a place to put it on the back, so I just tighten it down around this. It works enough to sling over your back. It might move a tad bit, but of course the 550 cord helps them try to keep in place from sliding. It's not a smooth surface to slide on. And again, you can see here FEG. Of course, it's chambered intermediate M43 round, 7.62 by 39. Of course, made in Hungary. FEG. This has the FEG stamp. This is a FEG made receiver. Very, very high quality, very sought after receivers. Before they started making these, a lot of people would pay a lot of money just to get the receiver itself to build a Kalashnikov on. Of course, you have your traditional X and Y stampings in the receiver to give it more rigidity and strength, which is a good thing. And again, you can see here, this is a Tapco G2 USA trigger. Great weapon. Of course, freedom, we all know. Without freedom, we have nothing. Those who would exchange security for freedom deserve neither, right? course, I'm going to clear this weapon for y'all, so y'all, some people on YouTube get very anal about that, so I'll fix that issue right now, just to make some of y'all happy. As you can see, there's nothing in the chamber. And all that stuff down there, you see, it looks like rust. That's actually all cosmoline. That's still in there. I try to get out the brush, but that stuff is pretty well caked on there. But it's not rust at all. It wipes right out. For the most part, for the stuff that's still on there. But don't worry, I don't let my AKs go to shit like that. As you can see, that is a if I can focus, it's a chrome line chamber, you can see. I'm going to take this AK down. Just bear with me for a minute, guys. Okay. Of course, you got your dust cover. You all know. Got a recoil spring here. And again, all the serials are matching in here, 100%. Even the dust cover is matching. Bolt, as you can see with the AMD 65, the bolt, the piston. Sorry, the piston is smaller than traditional pistons that come with other AKs. It is significant a bit. I say about 1.5 inches small, shorter than a regular piston. The machining's quite well in this AK. No complaints. A little bit of tooling marks here and there, but for the most part, they're pretty well uniformed. So as you can see, that stuff, it's not rust, it's cosmoline. And of course, I can show you the internals. And all the internals, of course, the G2 system, original FEG receiver. I can flip it around and show you the markings on the barrel. This is all original barrel. Barrel matches everything as well. Like again, chrome line hammer forged barrel. And again, guys, this weapon system is a great system to have. The AMD 65M, great quality.